I call Andrew Bailey.
Mr Speaker, it's a pleasure to again talk to this bill, the second reading of the Remuneration Authority Amendment Act 2015. It is certainly interesting to hear the diverse submissions from a number of the members, and particularly the revelation from the previous member, who's obviously the opposition spokesperson on finance, to say he has trouble with algebraic equations. I would have thought that he would have revelled in those calculations and would be looking forward to running his calculator over the sums, but obviously not. Now, the argument seems to have been slightly diverted. This bill is actually about us as MPs. And I think personally that the Prime Minister was particularly courageous in making this change, which he announced on the 2nd of March. It's all about showing restraint. It's also about members of Parliament showing leadership. It's about the government continuing to live within its means. And I also would like to reiterate that the Prime Minister has, for a number of times, previously discussed this issue, and it came as no surprise that he finally had to act on it. But the aspersion that this is a sudden rushed response is not correct. The Prime Minister has been clear about his position on this over a number of years, and ultimately we've got to a point today which is where we as MPs are doing what is right. Now, as most people know, the bill has three parts. The first bit is about changing the criteria in the Remuneration Authority Act 1977 to take away the authority's discretion on MPs' pay increase. Secondly, it puts in place a sole criteria when determining pay increases that it will be the average of the ordinary time weekly earnings for a full-time equivalent employee in the public sector using the quarterly employment survey. And thirdly, the changes of course will be backdated to 1st of July 2014. In essence, the bill provides the Remuneration Authority to fix the salary of MPs, having regard for their salaries, having regard for their superannuation subsidy, and thirdly for their personal benefits, that as a combination of all three are still in line with the public sector. The law will come into force immediately following royal assent, and as I noted before, will be effective from 1st of July last year. The result will be an increase of 1.5% versus the 3.56% that was proposed. Using the QES will mean that the authority no longer has to take into account other factors such as comparable positions, and there's been a number of speakers talk on that about other industries. We are public servants and we're here to serve the public, and it's probably appropriate in this case that we have a different perspective on what our salaries and remuneration should be. The Remuneration Authority will just need to apply the annual QES amount, and this will give certainty. It'll be clear to everyone what our remuneration is and how it's been based, and of course it's referenced back to the public sector. The Remuneration Authority can still look at the elements of our pay, whether it has cash or non-cash elements, and the indexing will occur at the same time every year. Mr Speaker, I commend this bill to the Parliament. Thank you.